So lately I've been seeing these products for sale on commercials, and they are freeze-dried fruits and vegetables put in a capsule. Can you stop making faces? Oh my goodness. I finally got it right, and you're back there looking like a tool.
Put that in there.
Stop it. Okay. I have to start again, all the way from the beginning now. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a drizzly, overcast, rainy day, and I want to put my freeze dryer to work. Lately I've been seeing these commercials for these capsules that are a health product made of freeze-dried fruits and veggies. And I thought, that's a really good idea. I could do that. Now I'm not really concerned about buying the capsules. I could, but I don't see the point. But I really do want to try using the freeze dryer, not just to preserve food long term, but for health benefits. So I'd like to freeze dry fruits, veggies into powder form to be able to add to any meal, or even as just a little more nutrition, throw a teaspoon of something into applesauce, kind of trick the kids into eating fruits and veggies. There's just so many benefits, and I want to try all kinds of different stuff. So today I'm trying 5 things. I'm going to do autumn olives. They are beautiful this year, just packed. And this is one of our trees that has the sweetest and biggest berries. As small as they are the biggest. And I'd like to try freeze drying these. I don't know how that's going to work because they have quite a big seed inside for the size of fruit. But I don't know if the seed will freeze dry and then grind up, or if it'll just separate from the fruit once it's dry. But this is really kind of just trial and error. And I'd like to do a batch of that because it's a berry, it's full of vitamins and antioxidants. And now is the time to harvest it. Yes, I could pick it and freeze it, but freezer space is limited. And this is just a great way to save it and use it. All right, so along the same lines, berries full of antioxidants and vitamins, I'm gonna try strawberries. Strawberries, I know the kids love them either way, but if I could just throw a spoonful of powdered strawberry into a little container of applesauce, they're gonna get that boost of vitamins. Now I did get out to the garden earlier today and did a lot of picking, but I'm just finishing up with a few more things. And one thing that I'm going to do is definitely beets. Beets are one of those things that you either love them or hate them. You might like some things about them and not others. If you like the taste but not the texture, powdering it is a great way to get it in you. Even if you don't like the taste, you can hide it, mask it with something else. Both the greens and the beet itself, the root, are very nutritious. And I'm going to probably do a whole lot more of these afterwards, but this time around, just probably 1 tray full, just to try it out. So one other vegetable that I'm going to do is carrots. This is something that, again, some people like, some people don't, but I think you can get a lot more in you if you're actually using a powdered form. 1 carrot will probably just grind down to a very small amount, but if you throw in a whole tablespoon of carrots into something you're eating, you're going to get a lot more in you. Pretty nice. Okay, and last but not least, I am doing something that is not in the garden, not something that I have grown, or I don't know whether I can grow or not. I don't know if it grows here, but we're doing frozen cranberries. And I believe to freeze dry those, I'm gonna have to mash them up or grind them up to break the outer skin so that they can freeze dry properly. Now that I think of it, I'm probably gonna have to do that with the autumn olives as well. It's similar to freeze drying blueberries where you have to break the skin, otherwise you're just gonna get a sticky, mushy berry and it's not really gonna freeze dry properly. So we're gonna head inside, start prepping all that stuff and get them on the trays and in the freeze dryer, because it'll probably take at least a day to freeze dry, maybe longer, and I'd really like to get this going. Okay, and we're back. It's been 2 days. These were ready in the freeze dryer earlier in the day, but I was not ready, so I let them have a little bit of extra dry time. Everything came out looking pretty good. They're nice and they're not cold, so they're not still frozen, which means all the moisture is out. You can snap it, you can hear the crunch. So that's nice and dry. Same with the strawberries. So just like that would make an excellent snack, but I am gonna grind them into a powder. The beets as well, nice and dry. You can really hear that one. Okay, so here we have the autumn olive, and we only had a little bit of that. The rest is cranberry, and I noticed something interesting about the cranberry. So even though it dried really well, on the very top, there's a layer of stickiness. And I don't know why that is, but it kind of peels right off. So I'm not going to include that in the ground up cranberry because there's moisture in there for it to be sticky. But the rest underneath is very dry and fluffy. So I'm going to get to work grinding it up in the food processor and the coffee grinder and put it in jars, and I'm so excited. As I said before, having it in a ground up form, being able to take a teaspoon at a time or something, mixing it with your food, is going to be a really easy way to get way more nutrients into you than if you were just eating the actual vegetable whole. All right, let's get to work. So because we are just doing this for ourselves, I'm probably going to do one item and then go right into the next one without doing the washing in between, because there's no problem mixing a little carrot with the beet. But also because if I have to wash it in between, I also have to dry it really, really well before trying to grind up more freeze-dried material. It has to be perfectly dry. So it'd have to be dried and then air dried on top of that. And that just takes too long right now because it's evening and I have other things to do. If you want to get in here, you can see just how fluffy that got. And yeah, I could grind it up in the coffee grinder and get it a little bit more fine, but I think this will be fine. So I'm going to get as much as I can out of here so it doesn't mix too much with the next vegetable, but like I said before, it's not a problem. Oh, look at that, perfect fit. 1 jar of ground carrot. Next. Okay, so we have the beets. Well, it's still not perfect, but like I said, I have a lot to do tonight and it's going to be good enough. Okay. Okay, so not a ton at all, but that's not bad to start. About a 1/4 jar. So that ground up pretty easily and quickly. All right, 2 jars of strawberry powder. Okay, so this is interesting. The seeds did not grind up at all, so I'm gonna have to sift those. So this is what autumn olives are like. For this amount of powder, there's this amount of seed. It's pretty much half and half. I wonder if this would be a good way to go about making jam, because it is so hard to take the seeds out with the food mill, but this came out very easily. So the cranberry did take a little longer to grind, and I noticed that it still wasn't creating a dust, so it wasn't quite as dry as I would like it, even though I gave it lots of extra dry time. I'm not sure why that is, but what I did was I sifted it, and then I got these bigger pieces, slightly bigger, a little more shiny. So these would be the more moist pieces, and I'm gonna save those to use first. And this is what I'm gonna put in the jar. Anybody who does freeze dry, let me know if you've had this experience, because I had the same result with blueberries. Doesn't matter how much dry time I gave it, it was still a little bit sticky, no matter what. So did you have that experience? And if so, is that normal? Is there a way to solve that problem? I don't know, I think this will be fine, but I would like to find a way to make it so incredibly dry there's no question about it. What? I'm not sure what you're saying. Do you know what she's saying? You're a cutie.
You are a cutie.
Oh, why, thank you so much. Another perfect fit. All right, well, that's it. So this whole thing was an experiment, and I think overall it was successful. I just have to label the jars before I forget what's in each one. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time.